Thank you for your input. I think a lot of women have this feeling that this is a negative thing to be led by a man. However, men usually earn our respect by taking lead. This doesn't mean that he's controlling your life or bossing you around. Saying that you want a man to lead doesn't mean that you want a tyrant boss. When I say we want men to lead, it means that he's able to demonstrate his capability, responsibility, and assertiveness in the relationship. He knows what he's doing and value his insight and decision making. They get things done, so we can admire and respect them for getting things done. Make us feel safe, even in the worst times. He'll have a plan, so you can depend on him. So when I mean lead, it's not that you're just in the back burner. He's leading because there can't be two leaders in the relationship. Not only that, do you really want to lead the relationship? I've been in relationships where I have been the leader and it's exhausting. We don't want to be the ones stressing, worrying about everything, making sure things get done. That puts you in your masculine energy. When a man takes lead, it allows you to be in your feminine energy, allowing you the freedom to be joyful and happy, be at peace with yourself. I'm not sure where the negative connotation of having a man lead came from, but it's not a bad thing. We're taking it as a bad thing where we're allowing men to walk all over us and we're their doormats. That's not the case. When you find a good man, it's like yin and yang. You both balance each other out. You both are equal in value, but you operate in different roles. Yes, you can lead yourself, but that's not very successful in a relationship. Only be one king and one queen. You can't both sit on the throne and wear the pants. Yes, you can lead yourself, but what's the point of that in a relationship? What are you gaining out of leading?
Guys cheat because they're just disgusting.
Well, I think that most of us can agree that any person that cheats is not exactly the best person. However, listen to this.
And girls cheat because they don't get treated right.
Accountability must really be the bane of a lot of women's existence, because they certainly run from it like it's the most terrifying thing on the planet. And maybe for some it is, because if they actually had to be held accountable for their own actions, some women would probably find out that they're not the best human beings on the planet. But yet I find it ironic that the same women who argue about wanting equality will try to find reasons to justify their own bad behaviors while yet condemning the same behaviors in men. So where is that equality? Why don't some of you want to take accountability for your own actions? Because the last time I checked, no matter how someone treats you, there is no excuse for cheating. You should just be an adult and end the relationship.
I would even want a boyfriend.
Most people want to be in a relationship because, one, they're wanting companionship or possibly looking for someone to marry. But, as you can probably guess, that is not the reason why some women want a boyfriend.
I take out the garbage. It's a huge one to break down the boxes, to give me massages before bed every day, to compliment me every time I try on a new outfit or I'm thinking twice about what I'm wearing, to pay for dinners, nails, get my car washed, to fill up the gas in my car. I have never and will never take my car through the car wash. I don't even know how.
Sadly, the types of women that say these sorts of things, and they're not all that uncommon, are the same types that still say they want equal rights and want to be treated as equals, yet can't take their own car through the car wash.
And to fill the need in some ways, but
Wow, instead of using a person for what you can get out of them, someone could find other options.
also to stop me from drinking as much. I feel like I could definitely stay in and just cuddle if I had someone. I wouldn't feel like I need to be on the streets that often. I'd be a little bit more mellow.
What an interesting way of admitting that someone has no self-control and no self-discipline.
Someone to work out with and hold each other accountable for health-wise, but that's about it. Nothing else comes to mind.
Gee, with prizes like that out there, I can't imagine why so many guys are choosing to remain single.
5 signs she doesn't respect you, she just likes what you provide. Number 1, she loves what you do for her but hates when you have a standard. She likes the support, the stability, the fact that you always show up. But the moment that you say, nah, I'm not okay with that, suddenly you're controlling, you're difficult, you're the problem. It's funny how that works. Number 2, your feelings are only allowed when they're convenient. You can sit there and listen to hers for hours, but the moment that you say, hey, this actually hurt me, the whole conversation flips and she gets angry, she starts crying, and somehow you end up comforting her for the thing that she did to you. Number 3, she wants a man who leads until you lead somewhere she doesn't like. She says she wants direction, strength, a man with a spine, but when your spine points somewhere she doesn't agree with, she calls it ego. A woman can disagree with you and still respect you. She won't keep trying to make you smaller every time you stand firm. Number 4, look at who she keeps close. I know men don't want to hear this one, but if her closest friends cheat, lie, mock good men and treat relationships like a game, don't act shocked when that energy starts showing up in yours. People keep close what they're comfortable around. And number 5, you feel loved when you're useful, but lonely when you're honest. When you're helping, paying, fixing, listening and carrying everything, yeah, it feels sweet, but when you need respect, peace or truth, there's nothing there. Brother, that's not love, that's just access. And at some point, a man has to ask himself the ugly question. Does she actually love me? Or does she love how easy her life becomes when I abandon myself to keep her comfortable?
Another episode of Today's Men Are Sassy.
I really don't know when some of y'all gonna get it through y'all thick skulls. Viewer discretion's advised.
We got a little tighter in the bed. All these men out here, where they at? All of them, you know. All of them doing their thing with the bikes. And we say, can y'all help us put air in the tire? Not one of them. Not one of them. Not one of them just ignored everything that we fucking said.
Blatantly ignored.
But you know what? It's okay, because I got it. Yep, my man got it.
Ladies, I thought we left the entitlement in 2025. It is now 2026, and y'all still continuing to see. Those men don't owe you a damn thing. They don't have to do that. If they chose not to do it, it's well within their right. Just like if you were in a house, they could never look at you and say, well, since you're a woman, can you make me a plate? I'm 100% sure the first thing you would say is, all your limbs work, you can make yourself your own plate. But somehow, some way, men are sassy because they don't want to do free manual labor for some women they don't know. And if you got it, why didn't you just get up and get the tire inflated? What do you mean? Why are you wasting time making this video about some men that can choose not to help you? These takes are getting so played, and we can clearly see y'all reaching, hoping to find a man to do something that you don't deem to be masculine just to call him sassy. It's pitiful at this point. Keep in mind, these are the same women that will not hold up tradition when it comes to a woman's output into the world. However, they would want the men to hold up tradition and be chivalrous men. Get the out of here.
Yep. Oh, thanks for your help, my guy. And then, instead of taking like 5.5 seconds, just top ours off real quick. Oh, my guy's gonna make us wait till he gets his whole car pumped up. Yep, thanks for your help. Good night, motherfucker.
Some of these takes are not even worth making a video for, bro, because it's like it's just sad. You are that upset that these people didn't stop their day to help you, knowing you would not have stopped your day to help them with anything that they deem to be traditional for a woman. Your words were, it would only take 5.5 seconds for him to fill up your tire, but instead he filled up his and you found a problem with it. Keep in mind, I'm 100% sure he was there before y'all, and you don't know where he had to be. No one has time to just be hanging out at the gas station on some people got stuff to do. Why should he put his needs on a back burner for y'all, two people that he does not even know? Y'all make it seem like the air's gonna run out of something. There is no limit to the air. As long as you pay your money, you will get air. Women like this are like stray dogs in the hood, bro. If you just stand still and don't say nothing, eventually they'll leave you alone. But unfortunately, I know y'all ain't gonna listen to what I'm saying, 'cause I'm just a normal guy. Y'all keep the change.
If I'd have known, you know, what I know now.
But you've been bluffing for years. So
ain't nobody been bluffing. Ain't nobody been bluffing. Stop.
And that's it.
Ain't nobody been bluffing.
Anyway, how's your love life?
How's yours?
I'm good. I'm pregnant and I'm happy now. So what's up?
I mean, I don't understand why you coming at me like that. Like, what is it that you're basing? No.
He was scared.
He was scared. What was I scared of?
I don't know.
What was I scared of? Tell me what I was scared of.
Look, well, it wasn't even that he was scared. He just wasn't with it. Like, when I first got the Wildin' Out, I was like, oh my gosh, I like this. He quiet and like he ain't all over the place. Like, you know, he ain't wildin'.
Pick it up. Whatever
that wasn't even out when I first got there. That was a later game.
That was a later game.
Yeah,
sure.
So I tried to throw some game on him, but he was like, oh, don't you have a boyfriend? I'm like, who be worried about that? You know what I mean?
Me?
Like, who? Yeah, right.
I come from out the ghetto.
right.
You about a just hilarious in my hood. You know what I mean?
It, but
I don't play them games.
My boyfriend, he wasn't that type of nigga. So that's the
what
thing.
What type of nigga was he?
That's why, yeah, I did. That's why I was going that chick. I'm like, okay, nah, you cool. You know what I'm saying?
He quiet, he low.
Right. But he really like funny, like he down to earth. I'm like, all right, cool. So I told him that I broke up with him. I'm like, say like, what's up now? He was like, you didn't break up with him. Like, no, you didn't. And I didn't, but I'm like, this nigga gay. Like, how you not?
You see how that is? You see that fucked
because
up?
he wasn't
Just
interested. He gotta
because
be.
you want that pussy, I don't want none. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I was like, all right, he just gonna be a brother at this point.
Yeah, because you gotta understand. You know, I gotta be very selective with any woman I deal with because of the perspective that I have and how I live.
And you have to keep on telling modern women because they don't get it. When a man says he's going to lead, that doesn't mean that he's going to override or overrule you. That's not what that means at all. It just means you're going to push him out front. He's going to be a representative. That doesn't mean that he's always going to be the representative. That doesn't mean that he's never going to make mistakes. It just means in a lot of situations, you have picked him to be the representative for you. You have said, you know what? I trust this man to go before me on behalf of our family. We make a decision together and he's going to be the representative. He's going to be the one that says, okay, hey, we're going this way, right? It's not like the man is saying, hey, we're going this way. And he never asked you about it. I think the woman was like, I have a great man, but I don't need to be led. I have a brain. I can lead myself. Except when it's time to actually go out there and fight. When it's actually time to go out there and put your neck on the line, then you want that man on the front line. Except when you go out there and you pop off at the mouth, and then all of a sudden, I need a man to take charge and take initiative and do what? Lead. That's when you want a man to go out there and lead you. Undisciplined, unruly, and men don't like that crap.
Trying to get accountability out of a woman who swears she did nothing wrong. My brother, that's gonna wear you out, okay? You will tell her exactly where the disrespect was. You could draw a graph and pinpoint it, this is X. She will flip it into defense mode. And if you make the mistake and ask for ownership, you ask her to own up to what she did. Suddenly, she doesn't understand what you're talking about. And after a while, you're going to start realizing this isn't even a real conversation anymore. It's a loop. It's the same issue, the same denial, the same little performance, keyword performance, where somehow you are the problem for bringing it up. And let's be honest, a lot of women aren't fighting for peace. They're fighting to protect the version of themselves that never has to admit they were wrong. And once you realize that and you peep the game, everything is going to change because you stop trying to convince somebody, anybody who has already decided they're innocent and they're always the victim. That's where your peace begins. It begins the moment you stop trying to force self-awareness, self-reflection onto somebody who is committed to avoiding it. If you've ever left a conversation more drained than when you walked into it, my brother, that's not confusion. That's what happens when you keep trying to reason with somebody who refuses to self-reflect. Save this video.
If a woman makes false allegations in a silver bullet divorce and her husband commits and they find out she lied, she should be convicted to the fullest. And a lot of you might not agree with that. But if you've never dealt with false allegations in a divorce, you have no idea what it does to you. He loses his home, his kids, all of his money, his career, his reputation, everything overnight. That would drive anybody to commit. And on top of that, the brain damage, the nervous system collapse, the trauma, the PTSD, and the CPTSD, because this goes on for years. Her lies drove him to no longer wanting to live. And before all you ladies go crazy, currently in Australia, Scotland, and England, they're starting to convict male abusers who abuse their victims with coercive control, and their victims commit. It's never been done before. Because usually people look at it as an independent decision. But now the courts are starting to look and see that people can be driven to commit. Now they're just doing it for women, and I support that. Because what's going to end up happening is they're going to start looking at men, because the rates for men are astronomical. And honestly, if they start convicting, it's going to stop all this. It's going to save a lot of men's lives. And if you're a man struggling with this right now, you need some help, you can book a session with me. I've got a book called Unmasking the, which helps you deal with female predators in divorce, heal, and detach. And then also a free ebook for men who are struggling with called Don't Die Tonight. It's on the link in the bio.
He said, to me, slavery would be sitting in a cubicle from 9 to 5, staring at an Excel spreadsheet, answering emails, and getting a 30-minute unpaid lunch break. That sounds like to me. What doesn't sound like is cooking for my husband all day, barefoot in my kitchen. That sounds like freedom.
Yes, exactly. The other day I was trolling somebody because I posted a Q&A and they were like, you're my favorite slave. And I was like, thanks, I'm locked in this basement right now. You're a slave to the corporate industry and you're a slave to the government because you're paying taxes to the government off literally working a desk job. I'm like, why aren't these comments on women who are in corporate, who are literally having to work 40 hours a week? They don't even get much maternity leave. They have to go back to work like what, 6 to 8 weeks after giving birth or something like that? That's insane. That's a slave. You're always going to be a slave to something, right? Like I would say like I'm a slave to God, like I submit to God and that's who controls my life. But if you're working like that, then you're a slave to your boss. I'm definitely not a slave to my husband. I have more freedom at home than I would in a cubicle.
Dating is a difficult game. Now, multiply that by 2 if you're a short guy. Let's be real. Being short, if you've never dealt with your insecurities, can impact your self-esteem. The dating world can be brutal. I remember back when I was single swiping on dating apps and I used to see things like must be at least 6 foot or taller or must be this tall to ride this ride. Okay. But look, I'll be honest, that stuff used to get to me, used to make me feel like I had to prove my worth just because I didn't meet some height requirement. But what if I told you your height isn't actually the real problem? It's the insecurity about your height that's doing the real damage and setting you back. By the way, these are really good. Think of it like this. Imagine going into a job interview and right before they start asking you questions, you tell them, hey, I don't think I'm the right candidate, or I don't think that I have what you're looking for. Sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? But that's exactly what you're doing every time you bring up your height like some form of disclaimer. You disqualify yourself before you're even able to show your value. When you lead with your insecurities, 2 things happen. 1, you set yourself up for failure by sounding insecure even if you're a great person. And then 2, you reinforce that insecurity every time things don't work out. It becomes this cycle of she didn't like me, it must be because I'm short, when in reality, it's more about how you carry yourself. I need to take better care of this plant. If you want to win in dating as a shorter guy, stop apologizing for your height. Instead, work on your confidence, your style, your communication, the stuff that actually builds attraction over time. And remember, your height doesn't define your value, but your mindset, that definitely does.
I have a general question for the men. Do you guys still approach women, or is that like beneath you now?
That is funny. No, lady, it is not beneath the men. We just don't want to do it anymore. Haven't you heard? Men are under attack. Whenever we approach you, you remind us no means no. You are not being stalked. Different things you tell us. We end up destroying our lives just because we want to tell you how much we care or we're interested in you. So it's a trap. Or the men should run away.
I remember, like, honestly, the confidence, the energy, and the aura that would ooze out of your pores.
Confident and energy and the aura. We had all that and we didn't even know it. All we'll be hearing were men are useless, men are stupid, men are this, men are pigs. This is what we'll be hearing. I'm hearing that for the first time that we even had aura when we're approaching women. Strange, isn't it?
Like you could dominate a space swiftly.
We do not want to be controlling. Well, I hear you though.
You would take rejection on the chin, whatever, kept it moving. How?
Take rejection on the chin, coming from the gender that hates rejection. So you enjoy the torture. So we can grovel, we can beg and make ourselves a little man, humiliate ourselves so you can brag to your friends how important you are. No, thank you. We do not want to do that anymore. There is no taking rejections. If you don't want a man, don't encourage a man to chase you. If you are single, well, you can also ask a man out. Aren't we in the modern world? 50-50 and equality, lady.
Now, you guys turn soft. You guys turn soft and you left it to the women to do. Why?
Soft is good.
What happened? Or what makes it worse if you see someone at an event, they slide in your DMs afterwards? What happened to face? What happened to the confidence? Like...
Yes, we prefer the DM sliding so that in case you tell the police we have evidence to back ourselves up. Do you know how many lives you ladies have destroyed all because you want to seek attention? Don't get me wrong, there are silly men out there, some just making fool of themselves, hurting the women, but majority of you now are just riding on those innocent, those real victims, making men look bad. So yes, we prefer to slide in your DM. Have you watched the documentary on Netflix on I Am Not a... Please check it out. Because of you guys, lives were destroyed and there was no repercussion, no consequences, and no accountability. So yes, we've gone soft and we prefer to slide in your DM.
And, you know, I really like what, there was a guy talking about false allegations in divorce, holding these women accountable for coercive control. And a woman in another clip had the nerve to sit up here and say 95, there was a study done and said 95% of men, they would coerce a woman into doing things that she doesn't want to do and and making it seem like men are just predators. 95% of them, I think the ages were 18 to 34, right? But then when you look at it and you say, hold on, wait a minute. Number one, how can a man be doing all of this stuff and they're at home? Oh, it's because the men that y'all are coming into contact with, the men that y'all deem worthy to approach you, you get out there and you get in the face of a freaking predator. He's a freaking predator. And I could have told you this man is not a good man. You stay, well, you know, I just like this and there's a spark. There is no spark. He's faking a spark. He's faking butterflies. He knows exactly what to say to you to get you in a position. And by the time you're like, wait a minute, I don't want to do this, you're in too deep and you get yourself in trouble. But they would rather say, oh, all men do this. No, they don't. They're at home. That's number one. Number two, they act like women don't be doing the same thing. And we have evidence that says these modern women are abusive. They are out here coercing. They don't use physical force a lot of times, but they use coercion. They use their words. I'm trying to draw him. I'm trying to lure him. Sometimes when I get him close enough and I think I have the power, I'll jump on him. And when men say, hey, this is what happened to me. Oh, no, don't worry about it. It wasn't real. It was real. Start holding these modern women accountable. These criminal modern women accountable.
The one thing that I live by is testing men early on. And when I say testing them, I'm saying create a problem. For me, I do money problems. And I see how quick they are to help, or I see how quick they are to provide. And if they don't provide, or if they don't come up with a solution, you gotta go.
So she said one thing she do early in the relationship is test men. She said she created a problem to test men. Her problems usually be money problems to test men. And they don't provide, or give in to whatever her demands is, she kick them to the curb. You testing them for money problems because you have money problems. And somebody might come in this comment and be like, oh, how you know she got money problems? Well, why you testing that man for money if you good? I just did a video just a few minutes ago where the lady said she don't need the meal. So, but let's watch this one again. So just in case I missed something.
And one thing that I live by is testing men early on. And when I say testing them, I'm saying create a problem. For me, I do money problems. And I see how quick they are to help, or I see how quick they are to provide. And if they don't provide, or if they don't come up with a solution, you gotta go.
I'll probably be one of the ones that dip as soon as you ask me for a dime. I'm out. I don't believe in giving money, especially if we just dating, just started dating. If you're my wife, you get anything you want. I should protect you, but not testing men early. That's foolish talk, man. That's some gold digger. That's some gold digger mess right there. But it is what it is. Let's move to the next one.
Here are some tests that I play on men in order to see if they're going to be able to provide and protect me. Because if they're not, I don't need them. You shouldn't either. Thing first, him paying for the date. Let's just stop this conversation in the back and forth, 50-50. The first date, he needs to be paying, 100%. And if he's not, then like, goodbye. Comes with an example. This weekend, I went out to the bar in Miami and I ran into someone that I had been following on Instagram. So we hung out for most of the night, and then as we were leaving, we both had Ubers going separate. His Uber came first and he's like, oh no, I'll wait for you. Me, in my head, I'm like, oh no, like you don't have to wait for me, being kind, whatever. And this man gets into his Uber and takes off. It is 4 a.m. in Miami, Florida, where no good is to come. Everything is shut down and I'm standing by myself in the middle of the street. Immediately no. If you don't care about my safety and making sure that I get into my Uber safely, you're done. You're done for. And then if you don't go ahead and double check I made it safely, bye. This man failed my protection test, so he never heard from me again. Men, you need to be walking her to her car, to her Uber, to wherever to make sure she gets home safely. And then text her, making sure she gets home safely. Like, this could actually save your... You realize you're the last person she's seen with. If she goes missing. Another inviting test that I do is when we're out, if you have like a jacket on or like some kind of like over shirt, I will always, without a doubt, say that I'm cold. Because I want to see if you will give me the shirt off your back. And if you don't, you're to me. And then if you do, I won't take it because hoes don't get cold.
I always see women say they want a man who's a conservative over a liberal man because those conservative men are just better leaders. And I'm just like, leaders at what? Leading what? Are these men picking dinner for you? Are these men picking the movie for you? Like, are they helping you decide what outfit to wear? What decisions are they making that make them leaders? What's going on? Because I do not trust conservative men. There's no way they know more than me. Like, they voted for Donald Trump. They don't know what the fuck's going on. Like, where do you need to be led? Straight to like, that's where they're leading us, okay?
I deleted Hinge a couple months ago and I have actually been approaching guys in public now, and I highly recommend it for girls, like cute guys. It is actually really fun. You're going to strengthen your social skills, learn how to flirt and deal with some rejection, and I think it's great. So far the guys have all been kind of like imbeciles because looks aren't everything, but you know, one of them's gonna be good. Like one of them is gonna be like a not an imbecile, not a douchebag.
I think that there are a lot of younger men that have like voluntarily checked out of dating in a way, and that's crazy because you're seeing it from both sides where young men are saying, yeah, I have no interest in this. But I've also seen content on like TikTok and, you know, various other places where young women are like, why aren't men telling me I'm pretty and buying me drinks anymore? And we've reached this weird point in our history where young men have just decided, nah, like I'm good.
This is game that most people don't talk about.
They so true.
Yeah.
When you chase a woman, you're trying to convince her to be with you.
Yes.
But when they come at you, and they got together and they attractive, it's a different ball game. It's
Totally
easy.
different.
Conversation is more easier. They call you because they understand being thoughtful and considerate. They already know they want to you.
Yeah.
They already know.
They already know.
They want to.
You're on the first night and you're not even working for it.
Not even work for it because they
It's
want
already there. No, they want to fuck you.
You don't even have to ask them to spend the night.
Yes.
They staying.
Yeah.
If you go to your hotel room, they getting out the car. And you ain't gonna say you want to stay?
Yeah.
Nah, she coming with you. Every man can be successful if he puts the work in. You ain't got to be making millions. But if you put the work in, you're taking care of your health, you look good, you smell amazing, you go to work every day, you got great conversation.
Yeah.
You, over the years, you know where to take a woman to eat, certain women, and where not to take certain women. But you know how to pour into a woman. You know how to give a game. You know how to make her a better person.
This is the reason why most women are okay with having their men take the lead in the relationship, but dislike a man they can boss around. Please watch to the end.
How long have you been with your man?
4 years.
When it comes onto your relationship, is it what your man says goes, or does he always involve you in decision making?
Most times I do agree with all decisions that he does make, but he does hear out what I have to say and he takes it into consideration. But most of the times we do go by what he says. I just think he's a very wise person.
Do you consider yourself wise as well?
I consider myself a wise person, a reasonable person.
So why isn't it that you're the one who's making most of the decisions in the relationship?
I don't know. I think I just rely on my man to make the decisions, and I like that. I like that part of embracing my femininity.
So you like it when your man leads?
100%.
But do you think it could work if you were the one playing that role instead?
I feel like I wouldn't like a man who I can boss around.
Why not?
I feel like a woman's job is to be feminine, and it's always been this way. I feel like men are always masculine, they're always leaders, they're always protectors and providers. So I feel like, for me, I'm always going to want a man that's masculine.
So if he says, yo, we're moving to Texas, this is the best place for the job opportunities for me, you're moving with him?
100%. I actually love Texas. We were just talking about moving to Texas recently.
The masculinity on earth has diminished drastically that guys don't even come up to you anymore. They'll just stare at you from a distance.
Every day I go out, looking adorable, bouncing, skin glistening, and yet nobody ever hits on me or approaches me. Ever.
So you are meeting guys at bars and clubs, and they are coming up and talking to you?
No. Guys do not come up to me. I don't know who's teaching y'all, but
this is what feminism has done. Equal playing field. On top of the fact that men is tired of getting on top of the fact that men have become more feminine, on top of the fact that a lot of women are masculine and not even worth the effort. Men don't want to face rejection. And the whole Me Too movement, bro. Women, you're much better off pursuing the man that you want to save you the headache, bro. Especially considering the fact that the majority of these women's requirements are so much and expectations are so high physically, not even getting to the man as a person. All this footing around, giving mixed signals and body language and all that, bro, that's passe. If we rewind time back in the day, women were much more modest, much more pure, much more worth the effort. Feminism hadn't them up. But now you fast forward it, you think men ain't thinking about this? You know, rejection and the type of women they're probably going to encounter. But this is where we at. Modern dating, equality.
There was a woman talking about one thing that I do in a relationship is I test men and I create a problem. I put them in a scenario and see if they go ahead and help me through this scenario. The issue with this is that most men will help you. The problem is it's not the help that you're looking for. Most modern women will just meet a man and say, pay my rent. I will pay your rent when we are living together, because then it would be our rent and we're going half on it. I'm not paying the rent of a total stranger. I'm not paying for hair and nails of a total stranger. Well, if he ain't trying to help, no, then I'm not the one for you. And once again, and this is what we talk about coercion. We talk about how modern women try to lure men and use their words and shame and guilt and all these things to pull men into a position and challenge them and say, oh, you're not this, and you're not that. This is an example of a woman doing that. It's a small example of a woman doing that. Oh, you ain't this, you ain't that. You ain't a real man because you didn't pay for this and you didn't pay for that. I tested you and you failed. And this is what society does to men, to men in general. Oh, you don't measure up. Just go sit in a cave somewhere because you're not a real man. Leave these types of women and these types of people alone. Not your ATM. I'm not your punching bag. Get the heck out of my face.
I think men have a unique chance to activate soft girl era in our women nowadays. Just remove the need for her to live outside of that. In what ways are you making the load she has to carry as light as you possibly can? Are you waking up early to make sure she's up on time? Are you putting towels by the shower? Are you making sure she has something to eat with a cup of coffee? If it's cold outside, did you go start a car for her and warm it up? Well, men don't do all that. I don't care if you're a man or not. These are small things you can do for someone who you want to have a good day, right? All she literally has to do is wake up. The shower is ready, food and coffee is ready, bags are in the car, car's warmed up. It took you 30 minutes and a little bit of effort to set her up for the next 12 hours of her day. And now you get to enjoy a woman who's in her soft girl era, at peace, not irritable, not in a rush, not worried about this, that, or the other. And if you're there for the right reasons, because you genuinely care about her, then these things won't seem like you're doing too much. And kings, I promise, I'm not saying this stuff to pander. I'm telling you how to make your woman's life more peaceful, more positive, and how to get her to look at you and say, that man, he adds value to my life.
Friends with benefits. Sounds like a great deal, right? No strings attached, no commitment, just fun whenever you want it. But let me tell you the truth. It is a trap, especially for men who think they're getting easy without the drama. Here's what actually happens. One person catches feelings, almost always the woman, and when you don't want the same thing, it blows up. She gets hurt, you get blamed, and the friendship is dead. Or worse, you're the one catching feelings while she's just using you for attention and occasional. You became her emotional tampon and a backup plan while she keeps looking for something better. Either way, somebody loses. Real attraction does not live in this gray area. Women want a man who leads, who chooses her fully, or walks away with strength. Not a half in, half out situation that keeps her in limbo. And men, you're selling yourself short. You're training yourself to settle for scraps instead of building something real with a woman who actually respects and desires you. If you're sleeping with her, be honest. Do you want her or not? Step up and lead or cut it off clean. Stop hiding behind the friends with benefits phrase because you're scared of real commitment or real rejection. And remember, weak choices create weak results.
Let me just talk about this for a second. Okay, so what y'all be doing is y'all be putting men in the friend zone that are in the husband zone. And the reason why you put them in the friend zone is because of your own mindset and perspective and the way you actually view men. You view men for their pockets. You view men for what they can do for you, not knowing that this man is a whole husband. What is wrong with you? You gonna friend zone a man that's a husband? He's not a friend, he's a husband. But y'all sit up here and y'all got it so misconstrued out here, it's crazy. You will sit up there and you will put a good man on the back burner and you will go over here and you will Ray and Earl and little Charlie and little Zoop for free. Raw. But yeah, you will friend zone a good man who will actually be there for you emotionally, financially, spiritually, and will secure your future. you could actually build with this man, but you sit up here and friend zone him, and you use him, and you use him, and you use him. Girl, get that.
Guys, I would gravitate towards women that have these qualities. Listen to my words on this, and if you need help breaking toxic patterns, my link and ebook is in the bio. Number one, a woman who is soft, energetically soft. And if you've been with a woman who has that soft energy, you will understand what I'm saying. That brings out a lot in you. It brings out that protector mode, that person who wants to provide. And when I say provide, I don't mean financially, I'm saying emotionally. So go towards women that are soft. Number two, go towards women that are appreciative. If they don't appreciate the energy, the time, the effort that you're putting into the relationship or into her, that is a major red flag. And it's extremely disrespectful. And number three, this is the most important one, a woman who can stay kind under stress. A woman who can be stressed and still be respectful and loving and soft. All of those qualities are still kept even when she feels like she is under an intense amount of pressure. That is somebody that you should gravitate towards.
Why do men lose more often in family law court? My name's Rachel King. I'm a strategic litigator. I do family law. And it seems that there's a general consensus, at least among men, that they lose or get the short end of the stick more often in family law court than women. So let's talk about some of the things that I see men do that might be better to avoid. First, money matters. I get it. Money matters to every single person on both sides of a divorce or a child custody. But having your focus be solely on money can really be detrimental in not only your divorce, but your child custody. Why? Because family law is a court of equity, so they're really trying to look at fairness. If you are constantly keeping your eye on dollars, then the court sometimes thinks that you're not trying to be fair. 2, complaining constantly about the ex lying. I get it, and the court gets it, and the court is actually going to weigh who they believe more. But if you're constantly bagging on the other party, it is not only deteriorating your character and trustworthiness, but also you're wasting time and you're not really telling the court what you want. And lastly, don't focus so much on how mom is doing all of these things and is keeping you away from your child, or mom this or mom that. Really, you want to focus on what you want, why you want it, and why you think it's fair.
So I don't date American black men. I have never dated an American black man. And my reasons are quite simple.
Like why I came to the conclusion that I'm tired of dating black men. And at this point, it's probably all men in general, but black men specifically.
I did not realize how hated black men were by black women until I did my series. My husband was raised by a single mom, and this is what I've learned. And then I did another video, Black Men in Therapy, and the comments from black women, wow, color me surprised.
Video that is a part of a police investigation shows a young boy being hit and bit by employees at Cool Kids Academy. Fox News' Tara Jabbour joins us live from that daycare tonight. And Tara, you spoke to the mother of that young boy. What did she tell you?
Well, Christine, the mother tells me she was disturbed by the way employees here were treating her son. He's not even 2 years old.
I am calm.
He's your mom. He can't get me. I'm grown as fuck.
Okay,
I'm grown as fuck too.
All right, cool.
Okay, so the whole conversation is I don't give a fuck about a dash cam because my son didn't hit you.
Okay, cool.
So then get your ass back in the car too.
Teach him to drive in the
Listen. You're doing fine.
I know you're doing fine. All right, but
Just
just be careful.
Just shut the
I'm
fuck
not
up.
gonna shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck
Let me
up.
shut the fuck up.
I'm a woman.
All right, okay.
I'm a woman.
All right, so calm down. Calm
Daddy
down.
got a gun.
Okay.
Fucking Nissan.
All right, cool.
Don't
Don't
do
think
that.
AR-15 ain't gonna hurt neither.
Don't
What?
do that.
Go to the same spot. I'm down the street, bro. Your mom talk about guns, bro.
I can talk about all the shit.
Okay, cool.
Something else that I'd like to call attention to that's becoming common. I consider myself black, so I gave birth to a son. I'm going to consider him black. I'm not for all the recent online hatred towards black men. Are you seeing it? Okay, so for somebody like me, everybody has their own personal reasons, but it's becoming more common. Women are doing think pieces of all races as to why they're through with black men. And I want to stress something to y'all. Until you have dated every black man on this planet, you can't say that all black men aren't worth dating.
What are we leaving in 2025?
Easy. We're leaving behind who think they could cuff you up and still want you to work.
What?
I can't stand my baby daddy.
Why the F would you show up to my baby's graduation and embarrass her like this? I don't care if you got off and came straight here. It's nasty and ghetto. You could have stopped and took a shower and changed clothes. My baby is only graduating preschool one time, and this is how she has to remember her father. Showing up. I'm so tired of the low effort BS, and it's fine.
All y'all niggas, bro. We chasing that shit all. Oh, no. We got y'all. Get out.
So my daughter not walking the stage because she don't want me here to see her graduate?
She said there's an order that says you're not supposed to be on.
Where's do you see the order on file? Is there any order on file?
So therefore I cannot ask you to leave. Therefore I cannot ask you anything about it. I don't have anything in writing.
So she took my daughter.
So she made a decision for her not to participate.
So now she's not walking the stage. She will not be.
Damn, I gotta get you.
You can always rely and count on modern women to say a whole bunch of stupid stuff. Or if they voted for Donald Trump, then, you know, I can't rely on them. If they're conservative, then I can't rely on them. Well, rely on them for what? Oh, to wash the dishes or to cook dinner or to pick a movie out for me. You have a brain. Why can't you pick out a movie for yourself? Modern women offload the dumbest tasks to men instead of just doing it themselves. Just do what you're supposed to be doing. Modern women get in a relationship and they act like they don't understand how to function like a normal freaking human being. Some of this, and I understand you want a man to take initiative, but some of this stuff that y'all are complaining about is childish. It's infantile. It's immature, and you know that. Well, and that's why I can't be with a man because, man, be quiet. You ain't talking about nothing but stupid stuff. Shut up talking to me.